First, just to see the kids do the intro for you guys like that, having been this long, not seeing them, what did that mean to you?
It meant the world, man. I think anybody who knows me know how special my family is, especially my kids. And I miss my girl. I miss my mom. I miss everybody, man. Family is the number one thing in my life. So obviously, I've been missing them. I've been gone about 8 or 9 weeks now. So it's the longest I've been without seeing my kids. So that was really cool to see that before a playoff game at that. I definitely got a little teary-eyed there. Seeing my son get animated and hearing from my daughter. So that was really cool.
On the basketball side, late in the first half there, I think you had like 8 assists and no turnovers, and you were 6 for 6. You guys were already up 20, and you have that 2-for-1 opportunity. When that didn't drop, did you kind of think, shouldn't have gone for the 2-for-1, keep the perfect half or the perfect game going?
Nah, I'm not thinking about my stats, man. I'm out there trying to play and trying to help my team win. I just try to take a methodical approach. I mean, I didn't really get that many looks in the first quarter. Other guys had it going. I had the one layup in transition, bricked the free throw. So, but the passes were there. I feel like I was collapsing and drawing the defense, and guys were stepping up and making the shots. So just continued to put pressure on the defense, and then I was able to shake free for a couple threes. And once a few of those went in, I knew it was going to be a big night for me.
Cool. Thanks, Fred.
Going to go next to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Fred. Great game. How do you kind of take the temperature of a game as it goes on? As you're saying, first quarter, you were kind of trying to help other guys get your game off a little bit in the second. What's your mindset in that third quarter when they're really starting to chip into the lead, get it down to 8? Where does your mind go at that point?
Just possession by possession, Mike. I think I just try to feel where the game is going, what's the defense giving up, who needs some touches. Like, I still try to approach it, as much as the game is going to scoring for guards, I try to take that real point guard approach and just see what's available. So whether it's true or not, I feel like I can get my shot off at any time, especially the way the defenses are playing me. So just being patient and feeling the game, and they were making a big run, so I wanted to be a little bit more aggressive in the second half and the third quarter to kind of hold them off a little bit. And then, fourth quarter time is who's hot at that point. And obviously we got Paskal, try to give him a couple of touches, but I was able to find my looks, and they kept finding me, and I was able to knock out some open ones. So I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to win.
Well, and when they cut it down to 8. I mean, for the one point of the game, you guys couldn't score all that well. What did you see? Why were you held to 20-odd in the third quarter there?
They just picked up their intensity. I think we slowed down a little bit too much. We've got to continue to keep running our offense. So we'll look at the film, sure we can be better. But that team is tough, man. They play really hard, and one of those timeouts just reminded the guys, like, we're not going to blow everybody out all the time. It's the playoffs. Everybody belongs to be here, and we did our job by giving ourselves a big cushion, and that's what you're supposed to do, and then you got to play with a lead. So obviously we would like to win by 40, but that's not going to happen. Those guys are pros too, and they made a big run. So we'll look at the film, sure we could clean up. But overall, I thought it was a good win, and scoring 134, but we got to clean up on the defensive end a little bit.
Appreciate it, Fred. Have a good night.
Going to go next to Dan Woike from the LA Times.
Hey, Fred. Typically in the playoffs, crowd atmosphere is such a differentiator. I'm curious, what was it like not having that? Did it still feel like a playoff game? And if so, how much did the things like the special national anthem, the intros, to help to kind of make today feel more special than, say, 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think the atmosphere is obviously night and day, so we didn't really get that playoff atmosphere in terms of that. But I thought we hyped ourselves up. I thought this is the most locked in we've been all year. It felt like guys were amped up and energized, and having won one, it kind of puts you at a peace throughout the year, and now it's time to kick it into gear. So I thought we were pretty engaged. I loved our energy, our attentiveness and focus, and that's all you can ask for. I mean, we can't duplicate 20,000 of the best fans in the world, so we just got to go out there and create our own energy. I thought we did a good job of that. Whatever gets you going, whether it's the anthems or seeing your family before the game, whatever the case may be, if you're still looking for motivation at this point of the year, then you're probably in trouble. So I think we got a lot of guys that are self-motivated, and that helps.
Yeah, shitty one. I think I'm on Friday.
Going to go next to Josh Lewenberg from TSN.
So we're gonna be.
Hey, Fred. You spent a lot of time on Levert. Obviously, he's been playing really well. What's the focus in terms of slowing him down, and how do you feel he did in terms of adjusting to the coverages?
Yeah, just make it tough on him. You know, like any of the great scorers in the league, there's not really stopping him. You just make it tough on him. I thought we did a good job of limiting his looks, crowding the floor, and he did a good job of making the pass when it was there. So, you know, pick your poison. I thought we did a good job on him from a scoring standpoint, and I think he ended up with 14 or 15 assists. So they were knocking down the open threes. We got to look and see where we can adjust there. But, you know, we executed our game plan for the most part. And, you know, obviously I take a lot of pride in my defense. I felt like I did a decent job on them. So look at the tape and, you know, get some rest and see how we can adjust and get better for game 2.
Have a good night.
All right. And last question is going to go to Bruce Arthur from the Toronto Star.
Fred, you talked about wanting to get Paskal some shots. In the bubble, he hasn't scored at the level that he was scoring during the regular season. He's still trying to find it. What have you seen in his game, and are you seeing him getting closer to the Paskal you kind of expect?
I mean, I think our record is 8-1, man. I to be honest with you, I'm tired of answering that question. No disrespect to you or anybody else, but Pascal's good, and I think we got a great team of guys who are not really worried about the bottom line, not worried about, you know, what the stat line looks like after the game. It's just about getting wins and losses. He's doing a great job of picking his spots, and he's getting a lot of attention, and he's been kicking them out. So, you know, there'll be games where he'll have big games, and there'll be games where he needs to draw the defense and kick it out. So he's been playing great. You know, in my eyes, I love his intensity. Love his focus on the defensive end. And, you know, I'm personally not going to be a part of that narrative that he needs to score more or he needs to be the number one option or whatever the case may be for our team. As long as we're winning, you know, I think that's all we care about.
That's totally fair, and I get that. One thing he said that was striking is that at the beginning of the bubble, he didn't feel like his energy was up, but now it is. And now he – did you see that at the beginning in terms of just him trying to become – he's so energetic anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one thing we've been talking about since we got here, is just trying to find ways to get him going in terms of his body language and get his body moving. I think P is a guy who plays off the energy of the crowd and plays off of the atmosphere of the big games and trash talking and all of that stuff. So it's a different environment. I think practice kind of stalled him out a little bit, if I want to be honest. I think nobody in practice want to let him score, so we're beating up on him a little bit, and that kind of took him out of it. But, you know, as long as he's engaged, he's playing fast, and he's engaged on the defensive end of the floor, the offense will come, and I thought he looked good tonight.